Hi everybody, I'm starting my Nova build-off car, and it's this kit here, the 69. Um, and basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to start today, I'm going to start sanding the script, the vents, the key lock, and the rear script. And what I'm going to do is puff the fenders out, all four corners, uh, just to get a little more clearance. Not much, just a little bit, kind of like I did in the Gremlin. Um, just to be just a little different. Um, and it takes so long to do it. Uh, so what I'll do, I'll show where I mask off for a couple seconds, and then I'll do it in stages, with you guys on the video. But the actual cutting, I won't, because it's so long, um, long process. Um, so bear with me, and next one I'll have it all maxed out where I'm going to cut, and then I'll pause this, have it masked out. We'll come back and I'll have it masked off all four corners, and then when we come from there, we'll have it cut, and so on and so on and so on. I just don't want to bore with you guys, me cutting it and all that. And I'll explain it as I go, what's going on and stuff. But for right now, I'm just going to sand all this off, start masking it, and I'll explain in detail what's going on and stuff, each section, and what I'm doing. But for there, I just opened everything and unboxed it, and so we'll see you in a few seconds. Well, for you guys, it'll be a couple seconds. For me, it'll be a few minutes. So, see you in a few. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see what I did. To protect the body line, put a piece of masking tape. And what I use to sand that vent off is this styrofoam block. It's got Velcro on it. Here's what the package looks like. And it's 220 grit. Get it at Lowe's, Home Depot's. And basically what I do, I get most of it down. They put a run of Sharpie on it. Till it's nice and flat. It's an old body working trip. You can either use lacquer spray paint, mist it on. Once you run the Sharpie is gone, or your guide coat gone, that's when you know that them vents are, it's hard to have a hard time seeing it with the white. It's reflecting real good. And that's how you can tell if it's, you got that nice and smooth or not. Just have a little bit more. But like I said, this is 220 grit. That's pretty good. Then I got some 320 grit. To kind of feather it out. This ain't going to be my final. I'm just getting them vents off. See, them vents are completely gone now. You don't have to worry about filler or anything. But I'll probably do a small amount. But if you put that masking tape up there, it protects that roll on it. You don't have to worry about sanding through and soften that edge up. Hopefully that's I explained that good enough to you guys. And then once we bulge these fenders out, I'll do the same thing with putting the putty up. You have to do it in stages to keep this body line. When you start doing the body body filler, you have to do it in stages. Like you have to do the top and then do the bottom, to keep this hard body line. You don't want to do it in one shot because you'll lose this edge. Once I start doing the body work on puffing the fenders out, I'll explain it more. We'll have to do it in stages. But that's how I get rid of the vents. I'll get the other one side done, and we'll start puffing the fenders out. So we'll be back to you here soon. Okay, everybody, we're back. Well, I'm back, and you just took a second pause. I've got the masking tape laid out on the body line, and what I'm basically going to be doing is making a slice from about here to here and opening this up, and I'll probably be doing 0.0 probably 0.03 on the back and 0.01 in the front. This real subtle change on the body in the front and a little more drastic in the back, and probably about here to here and here to about there. And when I open them up, I'll just slice enough that this slips in there, and glue the styrene in, and then bondo them in, and then that'll make the flares in here. And then bondoing them all in. It'll be something real subtle. Once I get them all four, I have all fours done, I'll have the styrene in and glued in to show you before I start show you for the next section. And then once I get the bondo in, I'll show you for the next section after that. So hopefully it shouldn't take too long, and that'll be the next section. So I'll be back shortly, and for you it'll just be a couple seconds. Alright everybody, I got the fenders all puffed out. See what it looks like. It's kind of rough yet, but believe it or not, this is actually I sand all this sanded. It just looks like it, but I've got to showing up for you or not. But I use styrene to puff it out, and this body's real thick and it was hard to do, so I had to do it in strips. I usually do it in a block and then a smaller piece. I did the .03 styrene, and then at the end I did .2, and then at the very end you use CA glue in the very end holes, because you can't get the filler pieces in it. And then up here I just did .010. It's not much of a bulge, and I've already started sanding it and using CA glue and all that. I just wanted to show you what it's just a real minor little bulge. It almost looks factory, but yeah, it's not much at all. But when you put it beside another Nova body, you can see that it's not exactly the same. I mean, this is real subtle bulge on it. You see how it just comes out this real subtle on this one, but on the back it's coming out just you see on my fingernail it's coming out that much farther there, but by the time I Bondo it, it'll look real good, and I'll have to feather the Bondo probably up to there to get it to lay right. But up here I ain't gonna need much at all, because I just did a real small sliver with the .10 and sanded it down, so I probably won't have to go probably to there with the body filler, and it'll be just nice and real subtle. But when you put it next beside another Nova body, I mean, the front fenders you'll barely notice, but the back you'll notice some. Once you get it painted, you'll notice it. But if you're paying attention to them, you just glance by. It's somebody that does these kits. They'll be like, "What's different about that?" So, but once again, it's Pro Touring, and this is for the Nova build off. And once I get it in filler, I'll be back and show you. So I know this is going to be a very long video, probably half hour. I'm sorry about that, but I just wanted to show step by step how this is done. So I'm going to spend the next day or so doing this, but for you guys it'll just be a couple minutes, a couple seconds, and we'll be back here in a few seconds. Hey everybody, okay, we're back. We got the first coat of Bondo in it, as you can see, and I thought I'd show you a little bit of tech to on spraying, doing your Bondo. lost my thing. Um, when you do your Bondo, my first one was this cheap Bondo brand, and the next one is the icing light. It's a finishing uh, finishing. It hides scratches and all the rest of it. And what I'm doing right now is mixing it up. And I got a little too much hardener in it, but never do it in a ball. Always smear it like this, and don't do it on cardboard. Do it on a waxy cardboard, because the cardboard stuff will soak up the resins in it. And don't do it in a ball, because it'll dry it out even faster. But basically what you want to do is smear it like this, and that'll eliminate all the air pockets. Just kind of go like this. Sorry I wasn't in your view of that. See, I put too much hardener in it. It's starting to dry on it. And it's just a artist palette, so I got too much hardener in it, and it's starting to dry on it. But basically what you can do, you don't have to wait till it completely hardens. This is 220 grit. And we used to do this in the body shops a lot. And I got a little sloppy because I was trying to do it for your guys' for the video. As you can start shaping it when it's, instead of waiting until it's knocking it down, still gummy yet. And it'll save you a lot of headaches doing this. See, it's in the right stage, in the body world calls the green stage. And if somebody has a little bit of money that can with a little bit of know-how can invent a cheese grater this small. They'd probably make a lot of money for the modeling industry, because that's how we do it in the real world. Is a big cheese grater when it's this stage, and it just knocks the Bondo when it's at this stage. See, it filled right in all my little air pockets in the original set of the Bondo. Now all I have to do is the final sand on it, instead of doing all that hard sanding on it. Hopefully it helps you guys, and I'll go through and sand all this. See, it's still pretty soft. Another couple minutes it'll be hard as a rock and I won't be able to do this. There's that fine point where it's hard as a rock and you can't do it like this. And it just... See, it's almost too hard to do this. So hopefully that helps, and I'm going to get back to doing fill work on the fenders, and we'll see you back here in a few and when it's done. Well, everybody, you can see how it came out. Everything's nice and smooth. And I'll be ready to do a little bit of priming in the next day. But this is 2 days worth of work between slicing them, widening them, doing the Bondo, sanding, and doing all 4 of them. I hope you guys like this. Seems like I had a little bit more sanding before I can prime it. Between the vents, the script, the door locks, all 3 door locks, all 4 fenders, and winding them in the Bondo, took me about 2 days. So I hope you guys enjoyed doing this, me doing this for you guys. It's just a subtle little change. I didn't think about doing this, but I do have a Nova. But you can see it's just a subtle little change to the body. I mean, it's just not much, but it's just a little wider in the back. In the front, it's just very little. But it's something a little different that once it's painted, if you put it beside another one on the show table, it's going to make people think what's different about it. I mean, it's worth the time and effort. So, excuse me. I mean, every little thing helps you, but this is a note for the Nova build off. So I just wanted it to be something a little different than everybody else is doing. So hopefully it comes through on the video. And once it's painted, it might stick out a little more. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and we'll talk to you soon. Have a good one.